Hello everyone. I'm so glad to be back for another video, especially coming up into the year 2021. I've been really busy lately and I do apologize for not being able to post a video so soon as I would have liked to. I am happy though to share that I do have a new microphone and I'm so excited to be using it instead of my laptop microphone, which didn't quite captivate and catch the sound that I really wanted to get when I was speaking with everyone. Now, what I would like to talk about most of all is the goals that I have personally and what you can do to improve your goals. Now, first up, we have kind of just an outline of what I'm aiming for in 2021 goal-wise. Now, I do look to be reaching my level A2 in Korean. So I have been working on my Korean not as much as I have on my French and Spanish, and I do regret that. And that's kind of my biggest thing coming into 21 is not being as ready as I should have been, especially with Korean. Now, I do have, of course, like my books and materials. So I have Korean Billy that I have been practicing. And as you can see, I'm only in the beginning. And my reasoning for putting off Korean was entirely unintended. I had really wanted to focus on it alongside French, but I found it way more difficult than expected. You know, Korean is rated highly as a hard and difficult language, and it really was a stretch trying to push myself to learn this language. However, I do believe that if I had tried harder and just really put all of my mind and energy onto focus and concentration, that I could have gotten it done. Beyond that, so of course, reaching my A2 in Korean for the entire year, that's just kind of a small focus. And then I have reaching my B2 in French. Now, I would say that my French is okay. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, certainly not. I've definitely learned a lot all on my own, even discovering my local college has classes in French that I look forward to possibly taking in the future. Just be staying focused is a big thing for me in French. I've kept on with French for most of the year. I'm almost done with my intermediate French book and my living language books. It's really been simple for me, especially because, you know, French is a Romance language. I studied Spanish for a couple of years. I lived in a home where Spanish was spoken. My mom speaks Spanish fairly well and can write in it. So I took in a lot over time, and that definitely made it easier. Now, looking into the year 2021, I would definitely say that French is a major goal that I want to get over. I want to become fluent in French at least by my senior and freshman year in college. I've been working really hard towards it, and I would really love to see it pay off finally. Other than French, of course, we have Spanish. Now, I am going to be taking a college course at my local community college on Spanish this upcoming semester. So I'm literally looking forward to just being able to improve my Spanish, not only through speaking, but through communication, whether it be through text. I would really love to be able to just read a book and feel completely confident in my skills the way I have started to feel with French when it comes to Spanish. Now, with Spanish, it's not as hard as French, I would say, to find a speaking partner. Living in California, Hispanic culture is everywhere, and it's such an important influence in my neighborhood. And many of my friends in my community speak Spanish, so I have found myself connected not more just on a social level, but more on a communicational level. And, I'm building bonds with people I never knew I could build just by being able to speak Spanish. And I have found it really important as a jump starter into possible careers in the future, especially considering how important Spanish is in the United States. Now, beyond that, I also have having a language focus. Now, having a language focus for me is really important because I'm trying to stay organized in 2021, more so than I haven't in 2020. This year has been so chaotic and it's all over the place, but I really, really, really would like to stay focused and have an organized and characterized schedule that I will be able to follow up and improve upon as I learn throughout the year. Now, having that said, languages that I plan on continuing to study, of course, in the year of 2021 would be French, Spanish, and Korean. So those are my big three that I've really been focused on since the start of this year, and I plan to continuing on focusing on for the rest of the year. Now, with Spanish, French, and Korean, I do plan on adding a fourth language. Sorry, I had 5 fingers up, but a fourth language. Now, some people say, well, it's too much to learn that many languages. But for me, having a schedule is the reason that I want to have a fourth language. It's important to be able to build upon yourself as you grow, and it wouldn't help to just keep one as a side pocket language. And I'm not saying that this fourth language that I plan on studying is to be, I'm just going to go all out. I'm going to buy textbooks and everything. I just want to do a slow start. And then maybe at the end of the year, after I'm able to check off some things on my list for Korean, Spanish, or French, then I'm going to propel myself forward and move up. So with that, my fourth language is going to be Tagalog. Now, Tagalog is kind of important to me, more so for others, I may say, but it is a very special language, especially on the West Coast where there is such a large Filipino influence. Now, Tagalog has so many speakers in California. In fact, it's the third most spoken language in California, which is another reason why I'm trying to push myself to learn it. And I also find it important that when you want to study a language, you need to give yourself, what is the reason behind it? What is motivating you to take those steps up and focus on that language? So for me, of course, Tagalog, it has plenty of speakers. There's a large Filipino cultural influence on the West Coast. And being able to speak Tagalog should help me get around not only socially, but communicationally with friends who may speak Tagalog. And so I can say, hey, I need help with Tagalog. Would you be minding to help me? And they may say no, they may say yes. And I would love to just have that relationship where we can always, connect with people over a language as a common reliability. Now, moving on from Tagalog, also working on this year is just self-improvement. So for me, I've fallen short of self-improvement this year. I've tried to improve myself linguistically. I've also tried to improve myself organizationally. Now, I may have seen success in both of those areas, whether it be small or mediocre. However, I'm not at the exact level I would like to be on both my own self-organization and keeping myself organized. Now, if I were to show you my study desk right now, it's a complete mess, and one might laugh at me for it. And as well as being able to keep a focused mindset, I've totally fallen short of that, and I am definitely guilty of it. I believe there was a time around October where I spent nearly 2 weeks without even touching a French book, just because I was so focused on other things and just being busy with online school. And I know life is hard, but sometimes you just have to get yourself back up there and motivate yourself and say, hey, I fell short this time. I can't allow that to happen again. Here are the repercussions that follow. I'm going to forget stuff in that language. For a long time, I forgot how to say, je m'appelle. The simplest thing ever, my name is. And I had forgotten it. And I remember laying in bed one night and I'm reading a book and I'm totally confused. And I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, what is my name in French? How do I say my name is? I looked it up on the internet, as silly as I was, only to realize, my goodness, I learned this at, the beginning of the year? And I've only slacked off for 2 weeks and already I've forgotten it? And that just showed how much more dedication and how much more organization and studying skills and keeping on top of that schedule I needed to be. So that's about it for this video. I really do hope that you find some of this information helpful and that you're able to improve on your own skills as a learner, let alone keeping yourself organized and having those 2021 goals into the future. Now, I do plan on making more videos. As I said, organization and keeping yourself on top of it. I have definitely been slacking on this channel, even though considering I'm at home 24/7, I should have more time. So leave a thumbs up, definitely like, subscribe if you must, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.